Oh, we're good. Yay! Welcome. I was wondering if on this misty, moisty morning, people were going to be jumping up out of bed. Are we finally learning to sleep a little later in the day? Maybe, kind of. Yeah. So 9 o'clock is actually kind of early for some of us now. All right, so find your seat. Turn the corners of the lips up just a little. It's not that we're going to try to be less caged up. We're not going to try to be anything other than what we are. We're going to work with the body chemistry, and simply turning the corners of the mouth up sends a signal. Oh, something's got to be okay in there. And start to slow the breath. There we go. Right into the center of the body. I drew one of these oracle cards this morning. I like this particular deck. It's a meditation deck, and it's the Sacred Earth deck. It's got kind of an American Indian theme to it, which feels really safe to me. I don't know, it's very earthy. So as you either close your eyes or just start to settle and lengthen the breath, the card that I drew first was the clarity card. I thought, clarity? Well, we're all home. How much clearer could this possibly get? And the insight on the card says, and you'll have to hang with this one, carbon is one of the most abundant elements in the universe. It is stored in rocks, plants, the ocean, and your body. Carbon is very good at combining with other elements and is present in sugar, protein, fats, and carbon dioxide. When carbon is isolated and subjected to extreme heat and pressure, diamonds are formed. It is not true that diamonds can form from coal. Firstly, coal is a rare pure carbon. Secondly, coal is formed from broken down terrestrial vegetation, and most of Earth's diamonds existed long before the first land plants did. Therefore, diamonds are much, much older than coal. The impact of large asteroids hitting Earth's surface had the heat and pressure required for natural diamond formation. But most were formed in the mantle 150 kilometers, or roughly 100 miles, down in the Earth. It takes a deep eruption to bring these gems to the surface, where they can be discovered and marveled at. Your base values are stored deep within you, crystallizing in isolation, far away from external elements. During turmoil or trauma, these precious gems can surface to bring you surprising, invaluable clarity. So as you continue to breathe, let the air circulate around the diamonds that are surfacing. What's in your person, whether it's in your physical body, or whether the physical body is starting to fall away. We're paying less and less attention to the size of our jeans. We're paying less and less attention to maybe my wrinkles or my toenails. There are diamonds buried in there. Breathe into them. What is surfacing? And as we settle in around these gems within our souls, within our emotional body, within our physical body, we're going to raise our hand in our aloha position. We've got thumb out and pinky out, because that's less aggravating to arthritis. We're going to take a big cleansing breath in. When we breathe out, we're going to close down the right nostril and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close the left nostril, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close right, breathe out left. Breathe in left. Close left, breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close right, out left. In left. Close out right. In right. Close out left. In left. Close out right. In right. Close out left. In left. Close out right. In. Close out left. In. Close out right. In right. Release. And just breathe. Is it easier with each breath to find what's really on the inside? Even though life has slowed down in many ways, I haven't slowed down. I'm still finding ways to fill my time. And even just doing this Nadi Shodhana exercise, I found myself going, okay, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. Okay, let's move on now. Move on to what? Awesome. There's a diamond in that, showing me my impatience. Next time you breathe in, stretch your arms out on either side. And if you're on a cushion, you're going to have to reach a little further toward the floor, but then we'll reach and move into the side body. And there will be some diamonds in this side body. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be in there. Oh, Scooty's all snuggled up with Ori. But maybe, just maybe, if diamonds are formed by pressure, maybe we don't want physical diamonds showing up in our body, because that means our body is being placed under pressure on a regular basis. So alleviate some of that pressure. Move really slowly and deliberately. And when the arms feel like they need to drift up and reach across, let them drift up. And the diamonds might be the hip attachments. They might be the ribs. It might be in the armpits. But moving with the same slowness and sureness that comes from the breath of Nadi Shodhana. Now, that particular breath, if you've been having issues waking up in the middle of the night, or issues falling asleep or getting back to sleep, Nadi Shodhana will put you out night. Next time that left arm reaches up and over. If you happen to hear a crash, the cat has discovered one of the lighting towers and was thrashing it. Breathe into this space and dig for diamonds. In a lot of places in Africa, the diamonds just sit right on top of the earth. And those land spaces are protected by governments and businesses. They don't want anybody walking around picking up those diamonds because they are so precious. And then let this arm reach down, out, and over. But if you really break it down, that people are guarding essentially rocks that just have surfaced from 150 kilometers below the deck of the earth. Where is it that we're placing our values? And maybe that's one of the points of this entire situation. Where are our values? I know that I had to remove the mirror from my bathroom because I would get out of the shower. The first thing I would do is look in the mirror and then just beat myself to death about the size of my butt. So eventually I took the mirror out of my bathroom. Reach up and over, stretch over the ear. And then the next time you breathe in, lift, cartwheel your way over, open up. First, breathe in. And then when circles seem to suit your body, make circles. But really, where were my values if looking at the size of my derriere was important at one point in my world? This is certainly one of those situations that can take that and reshape my values. And because of the pressure of the situation, it's going to reshape my values into other types of gems and other types of diamonds. Other types of diamonds. There aren't other types of diamonds, I don't think. Well, there's yellow ones and smoky ones. One more time around with this circle. All the way overhead, sweeping, really feeling what's in there. Planting, reaching, opening up. Morning, Krista. And then next time you breathe in, lift, reach, and then dive forward. Now we do these particular motions a lot because they work. Now shift from side to side. If you need to shift the crossing of the legs, shift the crossing of the legs. If you need to throw your legs out into a V position, throw your legs out into a V position. But find what's in there. So is there pressure in my body that is creating unwanted diamonds? And I need to stretch and move and get away from it. Or maybe if I move in a particular way, I'm going to release some pressure that's been building up for a really long time. Oh, and there are diamonds in the release. Oh. Give yourself a couple more breaths. And then find yourself in the center. Roll yourself up. And then some of you will get funky with me about this, so don't use a strap if you don't like a strap. But I'm going to take a strap and I'm going to put it in my hands. So if you've got a belt, you've got a lacrosse stick hanging out, it doesn't have to be a belt. It could just be something wide and straight. I'm going to take my hands and reach up. And then with the arms outstretched like this, I can now apply a little bit of pressure here, and you'll feel the sides of your body kind of, there we go, they'll firm up. And then while you're here, start to reach up through one set of knuckles and then the other. So you're reaching up, releasing the shoulder, and then putting the shoulder back down. Reaching up. So if you don't want to use a strap, simply just reach up. Christy, you're so creative. I love it. She's like, I got a sweater. I'm going to use my sweater. That's what I'm talking about. So reaching and then release through the shoulders. So my whole body could go with it if that would feel good. but I'm just looking for shoulder mobility. I'm trying to reach up. I'm going to come a little closer. So, oh, Scooty, we're going to have to let her outside before she freaks out. Ooh, go the other way. So watch my shoulders. Reach up and then put it down. Reach up. There we go. So continue the side to side motion if you love it. Absolutely. But I'm just, thank you, Ori, reaching through the shoulder, looking for scapular movement and involvement. Now this time, the both of them are gonna reach up. We're gonna hug our ears. We're gonna hang our shoulders from our ears. Breathe in. And then release the arms down. And settle with that release. We're not gonna jump into the next movement really quickly. We're just gonna let the body remember what it was like to breathe slowly, to settle. Arms reach back up when you're ready. Breathe it in. And then this time through the torso, we're going to tick-tock and turn, and tick-tock and turn. Excellent. So some of our bodies are not going to be real happy about this particular tick-tock process, and some of our bodies are going to go, hallelujah. There we go. Next time you twist off to one side, hold there. Try to fill as deeply as you can, which creates pressure in the body. When you exhale, release to center. Off to the other side. Find your holding space. Then breathe in fully, create that pressure. And then exhale, turn center. Take the straps slightly behind. Now reach, 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 and then let the shoulders open up. Now I've only got my thumb and my forefinger holding this. I'm just pulling out, and then lift your heart space. So, I'm out and behind, and then lift the sternum, lift the heart, create a little tiny back bend. Breathe in. Breathe out, and then up and over, crumple into a forward fold. Readjust your legs as need be. Just letting the shoulders release. Just centering out. And then next time you breathe in, roll up and in. Bring the shoulders up to the ears as you roll up, and then slide them back, down and in. If you've got a cushion under your tush, you can keep it there or slide it away. We're going to take that right knee, we're going to stand it up, and then a couple of choices. You can completely pretzel up and take that right left foot across the left thigh, but if that causes you to roll up on that left sits bone too much and the right leaves, then just pull it right back in front of the right ankle, grab on to the shin, and we're going to move through beneath the surface. I mean, way down there. Whew. I mean, maybe it's 75 miles below the surface at 150 kilometers. It's all that Euro stuff. But if it's that far beneath the surface, when we lift our flesh and we press our belly into our thigh, that's only the immediate first layer of the body. Spinal twist will move even deeper. So either keep the left hand there or wrap the elbow, and then take that right hand behind. Allow the upper arm to press into the back side of the body, as long as you have the mobility to do so. And then pull in with that left hand or elbow. Press in with the right arm. And you're going to find that all of a sudden, you're going to be like like a slinky that's been stretched out. And with the press and the pull, the spine is going to want to straighten up. Then with the breath, we move deeper into the layers of the body as the torso turns, and eventually maybe the head looks over the right shoulder. But if you've got cervical issues, let the head stay neutral and just breathe. And if impatience, which I am the queen of, shows up, and the body's wanting to go, okay, come on. Okay, let's move on now. Where are we moving on to? Right. There's diamonds in that. Breathe in. And on the exhale, release the right hand, reach it behind you toward the wall, and then sweep it up, over, back down in front of the right leg. Take that left hand, reach it behind, and then hold the right knee into the right elbow. So there's a pressing that goes on. And then you're into the open twisted side. You may have to reach a little further behind to pull it off, or slowly creep that left hand in. But your right leg is going to want to slide out to the side and release. But we're going to use the pressure right there between the elbow and the knee. And notice that it causes us to breathe a little more shallow. And the work here is to deepen the breath in the discomfort. And around the allergies. Feel the shaking of the inner thighs. Anybody else's left knee trying to creep up off the floor to alleviate the pressure? And the next time you breathe out, sigh it out. Unwind. Let that right leg kick out. Left foot goes to the inner thigh. Janu Shirsasana. Reach those hands up. Dimond Mudra comes into play. So the thumbs come together and the pointer fingers come together, and we tuck our fingers into our palms. So now we're getting into the deeper layers in the body, and we're going to start digging out those diamonds. I've got my pointer fingers reaching up to find the space in the surface of my body. And then on my next exhale, we're going to reach forward, pointing that diamond either at our toes, at our ankles, or beyond our toes, trying to keep our collarbones facing forward instead of facing down toward the knee. Holding, hovering, breathing, then release the diamond, curve in the back, and find that slow breath again. Patience, pressure, turmoil, but patience and breath. And around all the drama, there's just you. That person that you have become. Who have we become? We got all kinds of nice time right now to sit down and go, gosh, who have I become? And some of us are going to go, oh, I became this person. Yay! And some of us are going to go, maybe some changes are needed. All right, next breath that comes in. Sigh it out. Reach that diamond forward. We're going to release the same way we went in. So I'm hovering over my leg. Reach up. Separate the left hand from the right. Reach back with that right hand. Reach back with the left hand. Reach up with the right. If you want to pick the hips up into a supported wild thing, you can be wild. Because maybe diamonds are wild. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. And diamonds on the soles of our shoes. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Hips come down. Soles of the feet come together. Wobble from side to side. I see a bunch of diamonds on that laptop screen. Lots of diamonds, lots of beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Maybe we should all get a diamond in our grill before we go back to regular life, so that when we smile after we get to take all our masks off, everybody will be like, whoa. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, Ori and I put our little stickers on our head today so that we could be shiny diamonds. Well, we didn't know we were going to be shiny diamonds when we stuck them on. We just like putting stickers on our faces. All right, bring yourself up through center. Take that diamond, send it up overhead. Tuck those fingers in. A class favorite, lean it back. Glue the feet together, pick them up. Oh, so we got diamonds in between our hands. If you look down, that space in between your legs is diamond shaped. If you kind of put your toes together and your heels together and you pull your toes away and you just put the balls of your feet and heels together, you got a little diamond space in there. Oh yeah, see, this is kind of like drilling into the depths to look for diamonds. Yes, Diane, there's diamonds in this. I tell you, breathe in, breathe out, put those feet down, let the hands release. Release the pressure with the breath. Right on. Left leg comes up to stand. Right heel tucks in by the left glute. We either pull the left heel in by the right ankle or slide it all the way up and across. I don't know what's going on with my left hip, but that whole up and across thing doesn't work for me today. So lifting up, shoulders slide down. Take a big deep breath. Flesh touching flesh. Tank tops and t-shirts touching pants. That's layer one, Manamaya Kosha, the food body. And then when we decide whether the right hand comes to rest or whether the right elbow comes to rest, then we take that left hand, we then move deeper. Maybe we can twist enough to squeeze in around our soles. And as we squeeze around the soul shall not be compressed. The soul shall not be made small. We're squeezing in around it so that maybe we can dust it off. We can shine. And in the struggle and in the pressure of the twist, find the breath. Find the courage that it takes to switch gears. Change the way we look at things. Change the way we experience things. On the next breath out, let's sigh it out. And then we unwind. The left elbow comes inside. The left knee presses in, creating a diamond here in between these two body parts. The right hand sweeps around. You might have to reach back at first, and then maybe move it in a little, and then maybe move it in a little more. So creating the pressure between the upper arm and the back, the pressure in between the knee and the elbow, and trying not to let that right thigh pop up off the floor to help. And find the breath. Yep, elbows on the inside of the left knee. So that left knee has to drive in towards center. Breathe around the discomfort. Sigh it out next time, and let it be an audible sigh. Nobody can hear you right now except people in your house. Release, unwind. That left leg stretches out. Right foot comes down on the inside. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach up. I just realized I'm hogging this heater and the Ori's not really getting any of it. We're going to lift those hands up overhead, tuck the outer 3 fingers, thumb and 4 fingers come together. Reach that diamond up high. Like, I don't know, we're in Atlantis and somebody shines a light into it and we're going to be beacons unto the world. And then stretch forward and stretch forward and stretch forward and stretch forward. So the goal here, yes, find hamstring. Yes, find the sacrum and stretch away from it. But also lead with the heart space, with that soul space, hovering for one more breath. You guys look beautiful. And then release down, curve the body, arch over. And just easy breath. This isn't a time to pick at our toes and go, God, I really wish I could get a pedicure. Awesome. Paint your own toenails for a change. See what happens. It usually looks like a 3-year-old did mine, but the older I get and the worse my vision gets. Can't really tell. Look into the inner layers of the self. One more breath. Diamond sweeps forward. It sweeps, it sweeps, it sweeps, and it's breathed up overhead. Right hand releases, left hand reaches straight up. Either hold and just stretch through the side body or press and lift the hips. Making sure that that right shoulder is nice and safe. Both glutes have a beautiful squeeze. Create pressure down there, people. There are diamonds in our cumulative pelvi. Pelvises is. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Lower it down. This time both legs stretch out. Grab your strap if you want to. Lasso your beautiful feet. But if you don't want to grasp the strap, then don't. So you can hold on and pull your heart space forward, or you can just simply reach for the legs and do the same thing. But the goal is to bend at the hips and not arch at the upper back, because here's what happens. We turn into munchkins. When I take my ribs and I curve my back, it presses my ribs down into my diaphragm muscle, and it closes off the sides of my body so that then both of my breathing apparati cannot expand fully. When I lift and open my ribs and stretch forward from the hips, then my diaphragm muscle is still free to breathe as it needs to, and I have space in the side of my body. I'm not contracting through the ribs like a corset to pull me down and in. I'm reaching away and opening up. Ooh, strange concept. Took me a really, really long time to put those two things together, because the work in a forward fold is releasing. Right. If I'm straining in a forward fold, then I'm using a ton of muscle and my body's not going to get the signal to release. Inhale. Exhale. Roll the body up. Shoulders slide up, back, and down. And then take the time to roll onto your back, snuggle into your mat, bring your strap with you if you want to. And then let your legs pop up over the body. We're going to go ahead and let some length happen in these hamstrings. I'm going to turn away slightly. Nothing like a big old screen full of hot pink polka dots. So If you have issues where the legs are wanting to fall away, then I can't release in this posture. Sure, I'm going to get a whole lot of ab work out of the process. Beautiful. It's going to fall away. It's going to fall away. It's going to fall away. And I'm not going to be able to breathe fully. So if I need to grab the backs of the thighs, grab the backs of the thighs for support. But if I can grab a strap, then I can use the weight of my arms, clunk, let them weight down toward the floor and just hold here. And just by holding in this particular posture, the weight of my legs settling into my pelvis then grounds my sacrum way down into the mat. It sends a signal to my nervous system that the weight is comforting. So this is actually considered a comforting posture unless you're straining in it. So the belly of my body is comforted. The blood in my body is pooling in my thoracic cavity and in my belly region. If I release my jaw, my nervous system then gets the signal that I'm not stressed out. And then around all of that, if I can just breathe, my emotional system can then start getting signals from my chemistry system that I'm okay. Everything is all right. Breathe into the weight of your body. Breathe into the levity, the lightness in your soul. It is the forever part of us. It is the part that even with pressure is never destroyed. It is only made brighter. And then sweep that left foot out of the strap if you have a strap. If you're just holding the backs of the legs, then the right leg stays up. You've got the back of the thigh, or you've got the strap. And slowly create pressure between the thigh and the belly and pull that right leg over the top of the body. If it starts to hurt the hands, just release. Grab the back of the thigh. Grab the calf, grab the foot, whatever it is that you've got. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Left hand goes out into T position. That leg falls out to the right. Now, you can put the left leg flat on the floor if you want to, or you can leave the left foot on the floor. But we're just opening through groin space. And it's interesting. The sartorius muscle is such a funky thing because it's a stabilizing muscle. When it runs down your inner thigh, it's, I don't know, look it up. But anyways, there's no pressure on the muscle when the leg is up in the center. It's when you elongate and stretch away that you feel the pressure of the holding of that system. So how much pressure are we all experiencing from being held in a pattern that is not of our own choosing? There's diamonds in that thought. Because in the holding, we're going to come to know ourselves a lot more intimately. There's going to be a lot of clarity coming down the pipes. Next time you breathe in, that leg comes up through center. Left hand comes up and the right hand comes out. We're just going to shift a little bit, not completely into a twist, but just enough so I can take my hand and I can support my right thigh in my hand. I call it kickstand posture. Or if I've got a strap, I can reach and pull the knee toward my left shoulder. So suddenly, instead of being a spinal twist, this is an IT band stretch. Oh yeah, so if you have this sensation that shows up behind the knee, that would be your IT band trying to get away from itself. And then taking the time to breathe in and breathe out, especially if you're uncomfortable right now. And then breathe that leg right back up through center. Left foot comes up inside to meet. And then gravity. Oh, enjoy the gravity. If you need to put the soles of your feet on the floor for just a little bit and let your knees tick-tock from side to side, that is absolutely respectable. None of these postures are mandatory. But we just hold and just breathe. And then the right foot slides out. The right foot lands on the floor, knee points at the ceiling, and then I apply pressure. I create the circumstance for diamonds to be created. I pull that left leg over the top of my body, sliding it in, reaching. Oh, and it's so cool. The sun has risen just to the point that it's shining in our back window and shining right on my face. I feel like a shiny, shiny diamond. As if like the angels came out and said, Caroline, that sunbeam's just for you. I know it's not. Oh, and it's brighter, and it's brighter. And then the right hand grabs the straps or the back of the, not right hand, left hand grabs the straps or the back of that left thigh. Right hand goes out into T, and then that left leg drops off to the left. The right knee can fall out to the side. The right leg can go out straight on the floor. But notice the sensation of pressure that shows up all on the inside of that thigh. And as you breathe through this, and as everything around us has fallen away, what have you realized is on the inside that you may not have known was there before? One more breath in. Breath out. Leg comes up center, hands switch. The foot stays on the floor on the right. The left hand goes out. I kind of roll up across that right haunch, and then I just lean until I feel my IT band. Now, my IT band on this side is so tight, I feel it all the way down into my left ankle. My whole everything in the outside of this leg is like strung like a guitar string today. So this particular exercise, I now know, is something I need to be doing on a daily basis. Hi, Rich. How you doing? Breathing it in and breathing out. Give yourself 2 more breaths. See if you can intensify the stretch as long as there's no pain. Oh, it's intense. And then breathe that leg up through center. Right leg comes back up and in. And if you don't need the strap, don't use the strap. Just let the legs hover over the body. And as the legs just do what the legs need to do, check in with the shoulder blades. Do you have one shoulder blade that's pulling further up across the, or further up away from the floor than the other? Do you have one shoulder that's having a harder time settling in? If I were to walk over and look down at you, would your nose be pointed directly at the ceiling, or would you have kind of a little cant to the head, a little cattywampus nature going on? And when I breathe, does it affect my body in a balanced way? Yes, that's the balanced way. We're going to take the feet, put them together. The knees are going to slide out to the sides. You can hold onto the strap and pull those arches of the feet in toward the belly button, or you can clasp the ankles to achieve the same thing, or you can reach up, grab the outside edges of the feet, and really pull those legs in. And then once everything's pulled in, check in with that spine space and look at each one of your vertebrae like diamonds. And are each one of those diamonds settling into the floor, not grinding into each other, clinking, but settling one by one by one, so that they can each individually shine their own light. Inhale. Exhale. Release your strap if your strap is there. Take the left foot, put it on the floor. Reach up with the left hand, grab the outside edge of the right foot as best you can. The right hand grabs the right knee or thigh, and then supine pigeon. So supine on your spine. We're going to try to pull the right ankle toward the left shoulder. Left foot can be on the floor, or left leg straightens out and lays on the floor. It might need to hover, but you're working on getting into the hip region. So I'm going to stand up and just show you what. So I've got my foot and my hand, I've got my knee, and then I'm going to pull until I'm trying to get this ankle closer to the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. And then give yourself 5 more breaths here. I'm going to disappear a second and plug something in before we lose one of our sources of communication. And then I'm going to walk the other way and let in the furry brat. Continue to breathe, continue to stretch. And then Ori could choose to stretch through the top of the foot, or she could choose to flex the foot and reach a little more. So she's got her leg long on the floor, but if you've got the sole of your foot on the floor, you could also let that left knee wander out to the side, or you could leave it straight up and down. 3 more breaths. Pigeon is one of those we hold. Oh, we just get all in it. One more breath. Both legs draw in, grab onto both ankles or feet for 1 breath. And then switch legs. Right foot lands, right hand grabs the outside edge of that left foot. The knee holds on and pulls in. And if you need to stretch that bottom leg out, stretch that bottom leg out. If you need to keep the foot in, let the knee drift out. Up to you. And because it's up to you, you've got 8 more breaths to do with whatever you'd like within your own person. Who am I in this pressure being created between thigh and belly? Who am I with my shoulder blades pressed into the mat? Who am I if I'm straining the back of my head into the mat and creating pressure when I really could just breathe and relax? Who am I? The beauty of working with most of you guys is that you're really pretty settled on who you are. It's a beautiful thing. At this point in life, we're just making minor adjustments, turning the volume up, turning the volume down. One more breath. And then the decision comes as the right leg pulls in. Am I close to a wall and I want to send my legs up the wall? Am I close to a chair and I'm going to go drop my legs into a chair? Do I just want to drop my legs over a cushion? Or if you want to set up in the restorative fashion, there's a cushion that moves up against the wall. I take my, and it's fun, I take my tush, I put it up on there, and then there's a little push me, pull you, boom, that happens. And we end up upside down. Now, some folks like to have their legs right up there. If you've got a blanket, one of the things I love to do with a blanket is put it on my chest so that I then have weight on my chest. As Ori, mind the drawing, mind the drawing. I know, it's okay. But shoulder blades settle in. And notice, we've already been in this position today. But now that the legs have the ability to push away, they also have the ability to relax. I also have the ability to loosen my jaw. I have the ability to loosen the skin around my eyes. I have the ability to lengthen my breath. So this is how we're spending Shavasana. Allowing gravity to hug us in tight. And I pulled 2 cards today for meditation. And the first was clarity and the equation of diamonds and pressure and beauty. And the second card is space. The pinpricks of light that pierce the blanket of night are concentrated pockets of something in a universe that is mostly nothing. There are countless galaxies and stars. But what there is most and more of is vacant space. It is said that atoms are mostly empty space, but we can readily observe the space inside an atom as different to the space around it. Space exists within and without an object. It is a container and a boundary. Without space, there would be no separation. The entire universe would be one solid mass. There would be no growth, no change, no evolution. Planting seeds in their own space ensures they have access to nutrients, light, and water. Space gives us room to know who we are, within, but separate to the world around us. Yes, we are all from the same infinite source and part of a complete and magical universe. We are all also complete and magical beings of our own. Space empowers us with boundaries, individuality, and freedom. Respecting these gifts honors all of creation. And instead of jarring everyone back into reality, just allow you guys to stay where you are. You can pull yourselves out when you're ready. I'll leave you with these words. We'll ohm you out. And then I'm simply going to just hit the leave meeting button and you guys can just rest. This is by Tony Salerno. Of time and space and all that is spaceless. Of trees glowing in my heart and wildflowers spreading through vast green, yellow fields and spaces. Of seasons past and those yet to come. Of oceans unfolding memories and the gentle breeze that blows softly, caressingly, surrounding, embracing, recollecting, gathering, fading into yesterday's light. Of this all-absorbing life and dream, and death, and of coming and going, and of all things eternal like the soul, of atoms of energy flowing through the vast, spaceless space of infinity, and the earth beneath my feet, the stars in your eyes, and moss and leaves of the forest, and love. Ooh.